cars. 15 laps, Doug Keller in 7, Gene Claxton in 42, ready to come to the green flag.
All the preliminaries out of the way. We are main event racing here live on RacingNerd.com, live racing on the River's Edge at Lakeside Speedway. Green is out, and Doug Keller looks to continue on the strong weekend he's had so far here. Gets a great run up front, several cars jockeying for position behind him. Bryce, they all bounce through 1 and 2.
3 and 4 wide throughout the pack. It sorts out somehow. Clancy right in the middle with brother Steve Clancy on the bottom. So the Clancy's running right beneath the 32 and Gene Claxton. They'll continue to race side by side down into turns 1 and 2 as Keller takes your field down the back straightaway here on lap number 2.
The track's certainly showing some character in 1 and 2. Several pressure ridges have built up over there as we watch these drivers try to manipulate their way through corners 1 and 2. John Allen now tried to get on the move as he fights for a spot in the top 5.
Josh Mose able to make that 4th place spot that time by with a 3-wide battle with John Allen and Steve Clancy. Mose comes away with it, but Clancy will take it back off of turn number 2. Put Steve Clancy back into 4th as Chad Clancy tries to reel in the 7 and Doug Keller.
Gene Claxton now in that 3rd spot set between the Clancy brothers. Chad Clancy, an 8-time winner, track champion here this year, tries to set his sights on Doug Keller at number 7. Keller down the low side, Chad Clancy up in the middle lane. Let's see how the run is off of corner number 2 as they continue to fight for the lead.
Working down the back straightaway, Keller leads. Clancy runs in the 2nd place spot. 3rd is Claxton. 4th is Steve Clancy. Top 5 rounds out with Josh Most. Then outside of the top 5, 6th is Ryan Gilmore. 7th, Ed Knoll. Race for 8th is between Brad Smith and John Allen. As the 16 of Blake Pierce takes care of your top 10. Race for lead coming off in turn number 2.
Great went down the back chute into corner number 3 as Keller tries to fend off Chad Clancy. Again, your champion here this year at Lakeside Speedway. Clancy looking solid in that middle lane, lifting that left front. Could he get the lead right there? Too close to call. Side-by-side battle. We'll have to let the transponder sort that one out.
Boy, Dan Heat lap board shows the 7 of Keller with the advantage, but it wasn't by much. The 21C of Clancy will now pull ahead into turns 3 and 4. Great race for the lead, but will Clancy start to pull away once he clears himself from the 7 of Doug Keller?
Clancy, Keller inside of the top 2 here once again. The 92 of Josh Moses having a strong run here in 3rd. Look at Ryan Gilmore, your national points leader, now setting his sights on the top 4. He'll make the pass and move inside the top 4, putting Clancy back 2 spots.
Gene Claxton up into that 5th place spot. Now here comes John Allen trying to make something happen right around the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Steve Clancy still works up to his outside as they will side by side there down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Allen and Clancy and Claxton still in a dispute for that 5th place spot off of turn number 2.
From 5th all the way back to 12th, side by side action and continuous change of positions here as J.C. Morton and Brad Smith, again, 2 of the most winningest drivers here over the last few years in the USRA BMOC competition, jockeying for position inside the top 10.
Already halfway through this one, 8 in and 7 to go. Josh Most starting to apply heavy pressure to the 7 of Keller down the back straightaway. Can he make the move? He will. Josh Most now into 2nd. Remember that thriller finish we had between Clancy and Most just a few weekends ago. Can we do it again? Josh Most will try to reel him in with 6 laps to go.
Bryce, it certainly looks that way as that is shaping up here. One car is slow here. That is Gene Claxton, who had some problems just a moment ago off of corner number 2. Now the full field by him. Certainly they will be telling him to either dive down to the low side or get off on the back straightaway as Claxton, tough break for him. His night comes to an end.
5 laps to go that time by Chad Clancy. Leading your field, but Josh Most on the way in the 92. The Red Oak Iowa racer going to work. Gilmore now into 3rd off of turn number 2 as well. But time running out for the 92 and the 66. Just 4 laps to go this time by.
Lap number 11 about to take place right here in front of us. Clancy now opens up that lead to about a 10-car length advantage on Most. Most in that middle lane. Clancy pretty happy with the high, but he dives into corners that time. Shuts down the momentum from Josh Most. And it's still a battle into corner number 3 with Gilmore now lingering in 3rd.
There'll be 3 laps to go this time by. Most right around the bottom of the speedway. Clancy rolling through the center. 3 to go as they cross this time by. 3rd is still Gilmore. 4th is Doug Keller. Brad Smith with some smoke as he was running that 5th place spot. Now off the pace in 99.
And Brad Smith immediately knew he had problems there as he dove down to the low side. We'll look for him to make that left-hand turn into the infield. Tough break there for Brad Smith, a winner this year here at Lakeside Speedway on 2 occasions. His night comes to an end. Josh Most now switching lanes. moves up to the extreme high lane to try to gain some ground.
He knows it's time to go. Inside of 2 laps to go, and look at the run. Most gets down the back straightaway. Here comes the 92 of Josh Most. We may have a repeat of 2 weeks ago. We'll see what happens. Side by side at the white flag, Clancy and Most left to duke it out.
A little bit of almost a collision there. Again, Most goes to the high side. Clancy sticks it down to the low side. A little puff of smoke there. Here comes Josh Most with the power move off of corner number 2. Into corner number 3. They're side by side drag racing Bryce.
Off into turns 3 and 4. Clancy along the bottom, Most across the center. Checkers in air. Side by side, wheel to the stripe, and Clancy hangs on over Josh Most.
Ryan Gilmore across this line in third. J.C. Morton all the way up into that 4 spot. Great run there by J.C. to pick up some valuable points just behind national points leader Ryan Gilmore. So nice finish there as these 2 guys still don't think it's over. Josh Most and Chad Clancy duking it out to the finish. This time Chad Clancy prevails for his 9th win here at Lakeside in 2016.
It'll be 12th overall this season for the driver out of Polo, Missouri. How about a hand? The Rage Chassis, Kevin Stowa Powered Prime Racing Products, and JSK Motorsports 21C. Chad Clancy wins another nail biter over Josh Most.
So the A-Main's not disappointing here tonight. The local guys just continuing to put on the pressure here of the invaders here so far this weekend. Again, congratulations to Chad Clancy and gang as they pick up yet another feature race win here at Lakeside Speedway for the top 2. Bryce coming out of the B-Main to transfer tonight. It will certainly be fun watching those guys as they try to make their way through this field here tonight. 24 of the best Holly stock car racers around right here out on the Speedway right now.
Here we go into turn number 3, ready to fire them up out of turn number 4. The baddest full-body cars in the Midwest, ready to duke it out here at Lakeside Speedway. It's stock car showtime in Kansas City. Green flag in the air.
Sean Peter and Dylan Anderson will lead it down into turn number 1 for the first time. We saw the pressure ridges starting to build up at the B-Mod main. We'll keep an eye on these big full-body cars as they make their way down the back chute for the first time here tonight for their 15-lap main event.
Into turns 3 and 4 here on the opening lap. McIntoon down to the inside of the 27. Sean Peters will work lap number 1. How will we score it? Mark it 27. Peter will be your leader with McIntoon and Dylan Anderson both right there with your leader through turns 1 and 2.
McIntoon trying to get it in tune here off of corner number 2. Good side-by-side battle once again. Everybody's starting to shake out, thin and out behind him. Still side-by-side for the lead. Watch him here off corners 3 and 4. Who will lead lap number 2? One car goes around in front of several others. Miraculously, really, Bryce, only 2 cars involved in this caution period.
Yeah, the 417 right there just got in a little hot on the 97 of Lynn Ponish. And he looped it around to keep from taking both of them out. I do believe there in turns 3 and 4 just got in a little hot right on the left rear quarter panel of the 97. Hitters to hang on as we go back green in tonight's Holly USRA Stock Car A main. 1 in and 14 to go.
27 in command of this one. Sean Peter brings the Minnesota driver out front here early on. Again, they fan out 3 wide off of corner number 2. That's the Bauer corner. If you can get that run either on the extreme high side or down on the low side, the middle not quite worked in yet. We'll see how things shake out. Coming around to lead lap number 2, the 27 of Peter will still command this one.
Some changes in that top 5 off that restart. Dean Hensler has slipped outside of the top 5. Mitch Hubbins worked into 4th, and Cornelius is into 5th, and look right behind him. Brett Heater now in that 6th place spot as they go 3 wide behind him. Kyle Falk ready to go. In between Masters in the 11 and the 8 of Hensler. Business picking up 6th on back in this one, and Sean Peter will bring him around to lead over McIntoon and the 44 man.
Peter gaining 8 spots here early on. He looks to gain more. They're 3 wide for the lead off the back straightaway into corner number 2 again. Heater up into that 6th spot. Started this one back in the 14th position. Had to transfer through a B-main. Doesn't look none the worse for wear tonight as we have a great 6-car battle going on at the lead. New leader this time? No, Peter will hang on to it.
Dan McIntoon has stayed within striking distance the entire early portion of this one. He works down to the inside. Finished 4th here last night. And looking at your leaders, we got a caution on the Speedway car round in turn number 3. Looks to be Kevin Anderson in the 417. So yellow back out for Anderson with 3 laps in. And 11 to go. Sean Peter still on top in 27.
It's been a great night here so far, moving things along through our main events again as we try to readjust the field here. to get things going. Some interesting action over there in turn number 1 and 2.
You could really catch them rolling through that dip when they were rolling slow through there, so we'll keep an eye on that right in the apex there of turns 1 and 2. So you got a real good look at those stock cars rolling right over those dips.
Green flag in the air once again. Sean Peter leads the way, trying to distance himself from this great battle for second between McIntyre and that 92 and the 44 of Dylan Anderson. We're back underway. Bryce.
Off of turn number 2, Dylan Anderson going to get a big run, and he's bringing Brett Heater with him. Heater with a good drive up to the outside as well. We got one dropping off the pace for a moment. The 29 and 8 Barnes hang on as he's headed towards the back of the pack. It sorts out no mistake. Green, McIntyre and Anderson in a battle for second down into turns 1 and 2.
Brett Heater now up on that high side. Look at Heater as he gets a great run there up into that third spot. Great battle with McIntyre down the back straightaway and into quarter number 3. Brett Heater trying to make it 2 in a row here. Can he get up there and battle with Sean Peters? The laps continue to click off.
He's certainly got it rolling around the top side of the speedway, still up to the outside of McIntyre as they cross by that time right behind Dylan Anderson. Anderson is now tightened up on the 27 of Peter as well. Cornelius rounds out your top 5, but not for long. Look at Masters. He'll just muscle by the 9 of Cornelius and into the top 5.
Masters on the charge now. Masters started this one back in 10th, has gained 5 spots, making his way to the top 5. Great battle up front. McIntyre back into that second position. Heater now back to 4th. We'll see. Oh, Heater into the wall there in quarter number 1. He contacted the wall there with the right rear of the car, and he's able to keep going, gets a good run off 2, but Masters is right there ready to strike.
Dan McIntyre has been able to make that bottom work, and that's how Jake Masters has been making moves as well. So if you can get it rolling.
Sorry, Bryce, one car sideways and several cars jockeying. Sorry about that, bud, as they were trying to maneuver their way around there. Justin Seifert, one of those cars involved here in our latest caution flag over off of the turn number 3 area. Looks like the 32 also involved as well as the 52. So here at lap number 8, caution flies once again. The 32X of, I believe, that Rich Gregor, and the 52 of Nathan Wood out of Sigourney, Iowa, also involved over there with Seifert. Out on the speedway, Bryce, as we get ready to resume action here again. 8 laps into a 15-lap main event. Just 7 laps to go here. Now, it was a really barn burner before we went to caution. Green flag waves once again. Peter finds himself in familiar territory out front.
We'll see what McIntyre can do along the bottom. Jake Masters will roll the high line this time through turns 1 and 2. A lot at stake on this restart as the 27 of Peterson brings him off at 2 and down the back straightaway. McIntyre and Anderson go side by side into turns 3 and 4.
McIntyre fishing that low side once again up on the high side. Peter trying to hang on to it here. Keep your eye on Brett Heater as he tries to figure some things out. Masters now gets a run on Heater actually. Heater hanging on to that 4th position for now. Masters still in that 5th spot. Good run up into the top 5 for Masters. A little bit sideways there, but he regains the composure and gets a good run off too to maintain his top 5.
The 92 of McIntyre, the 44 of Dylan Anderson trying to tighten up on your leader. The 27 of Sean Peter, 10 laps in and 5 to go this time by. Time to pull the trigger if you're going to do something. Out into turns 1 and 2, the 27 of Peter seeing heavy pressure out of the 44 of Dylan Anderson. Some ruts to navigate over in turns 1 and 2. You can see the front end of the cars starting to bounce just a bit as we race the lead up at turn number 4. Peter trying to hang on over McIntyre and Anderson.
Here comes McIntyre on the low side, but Peter will hang on to the 44 once again, fights back. The 44, of course, Dylan Anderson out of the 4 Iowa trying to get a win. Don't look now. Brett Heater's coming back to life as they're 3 wide off of 2. Are they going to fit back there? Somebody had to give, and it was the 44 in that particular moment as Brett Heater now moves to the high side. He took over 3rd, looking for 2nd off of 4.
Heater was able to thread the needle right to the outside of the 44 Dylan Anderson. Anderson thought better of it. He said, I've still got a weekend to race here. I know what can happen there. He backed out of it just a bit, but he's ready to go once again off of turn number 2. Trying to go back after Heater and McIntyre as Sean Peter trying to fend off those 3 hungry hounds as we round off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go.
Lap 13 coming us right here, and Heater's right there. It's a 4-car man battle up front. Great feature racing action tonight from the Holly stock cars. Peter has been the race-long leader out front. Brett Heater tried to challenge down on the low side, gets a good run in the middle lane off of corner number 2 that time. Look at Dan McIntyre on the low side. McIntyre fishing the low side. Peter up high. Heater right there with him at the white flag. Bryce.
Dan McIntoon staying committed to the bottom side of the Lakeside Speedway. Peter's still around the top. Peter right behind him. And Anderson right there as well as they go bumper to bumper off of 2 and down the back straightaway. What's going to happen? 2 more turns.
A little bit of contact a while ago over there in turns 1 and 2. Could that reshape the field up front? Dan McIntoon going for the lead on the low side. Peter up high at the checker flag, side by side at the line. Woo! I believe the 27 just edges out McIntoon. Brett Heater slides in there for 3rd with Dylan Anderson rounding out the top 4. Masters in 5th. Close one at the line there, Bryce. I don't know. I would have to say, I don't know. Too close to call there. We'll see what the official call is from upstairs.
I tell you, Dan McIntoon was staying committed to the bottom side of the speedway, but it was Mabel, Minnesota's Sean Peter in the 27 that hung on just by a bumper there at the line over the 92 of Dan McIntoon.
Great race. Give these guys a round of applause. Your top 2 right there tonight for the Holly Stock Car main event. Probably one of the better main events we've seen here in a long time for the stock cars. Good one to finish it up with Sean Peter out of Mabel, Minnesota, picking up the win here tonight. A good fight to the finish there for Brett Heater as he advances from the field from 14th up into the 3rd spot. That will take care of stock car action here tonight.